This is a TalkStation original podcast.
On this episode of the Paper Boys podcast, Zach and I talked to David Contreras, Dane Sparks, and Drew DeGeorge, members of the Croatan boys lacrosse team that beat Lake Norman Charter 13-12 in the 1A, 2A, 3A state final, giving Carteret County its first ever boys lacrosse state champions. Hello and welcome to the Paper Boys podcast. I'm JJ Smith.
And I'm Zach Nally.
We're reporters with the Carteret County News-Times. We're joined by members of the boys lacrosse team from Croatan, state champs, David Contreras, Dane Sparks, and Drew DeGeorge. Gentlemen, thanks for being with us.
Of course.
It's been about a week. What's this past week been like, Dave?
Happiness all around. The only thing about one thing, state championship, winning it.
Yeah. How about you, Dane?
I mean, just hanging out with the boys. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Everybody's celebrating. We've watched the game a couple times.
At least twice.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Coach Benson had mentioned that as well, and when he was in here with us, that he'd watched the game a couple times, and I forget that now in this age of technology, you can just go back and just be, oh God, that was a great moment. Look at that, you know.
How many times have you watched that goal at the end there, Dane?
A lot. It's been all over Instagram.
And Drew, what's it been like for you the last week?
Oh, it's been awesome. Like Dane said, it's just hanging out with the guys mainly. I mean, we went to the beach literally the day after, David knows, and we all went back to Sharks Den, actually, and rewatched the game with everybody. Like
wow.
I said before.
Oh, so the watch party and everybody was still there.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, we brought all of our families back to Sharks Den where the watch party was before, and we watched it again. We were getting hyped like the game was like live right then the next day.
Like you didn't know what was going to happen.
Yeah, it was funny. It was really funny.
Like a surprise around.
Well, Sharks Den Watch Party 2.0, huh?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just us this time.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun because a lot of those people who were there would have liked to have
Right.
been there with you and experienced that moment with you guys.
Yeah. And you all mentioned really no school this week, so you've just been able in celebration mode every day. Huh?
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
We asked the coaches. Well, I asked you, David, what was the notification number on your phone after the game?
What do you mean?
the like your messages. How many? What was the?
Dude, I was like, I checked it right after in the locker room. I was taking my helmet off and stuff, and it was just like 72 messages, all my cry
Sure.
teammates
Yeah.
all over.
Yeah,
Just
Dane, what was it? Do you have a number?
Yeah, we have like a huge family group chat, and everybody was lighting up in there. So
Yeah.
They were all freaking out. A bunch of friends from school, like DMing me and texting me and everything that watched online.
Drew, your phone saying.
Oh yeah, 100%. I mean, I was getting text messages from people I haven't seen in like years. Like I forgot like these, not to be mean, but I forgot these people exist.
Sure.
It's like, oh yeah, thanks man, thanks.
It's like becoming famous. All of a sudden, you got a lot more family and a lot more friends.
Yeah,
right?
basically.
Yeah. Well, David's a senior, Drew's a senior, Dane's a junior. This has been built in for 3 to 4 years. David, tell us what it was like coming in with this freshman group, and what were y'all's thoughts of what you wanted to accomplish by the time you left Croatan?
I remember first entering, it was kind of scary. Had to like really put like some of the weight of the team on our shoulders and like lead as, especially younger as underclassmen. It was kind of a difficult task. But I remember during the end of the freshman like season, kind of like we got like used to the role that we're supposed to have, and then the next season, sophomore year, we obviously made a good run, got kicked out against Northwood, but I think the experience that we were forced to use really helped us to get the state win.
Yeah, how about you, Drew?
I mean, yeah, like a piggyback off David there. I mean, you remember our first New Bern game. We played New Bern at home first year of our freshman year, and it was like a wake up call of the high school lacrosse, and like ever since that it was like we need lock in kind of. Yeah. And by the end of freshman year, we had our eyes on the state championship. I mean, even our freshman years, like I think we could pull this off by a certain time, and look where things happen, you know. Yeah,
you talk about a lot being expected of you early on. Freshman year, if you go to Max Preps and go to their stat page, the leading point producers are freshmen.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were there. I mean, there was a lot of, not just a lot of expectation, but a lot of, I don't want to say control, but like, you know, you guys are going to be on offense. You guys are going to, the burden of scoring, the burden of
with the freshmen.
That's right. It's going to be on you. So can you deliver?
And the upperclassmen were more defense and in goal, right?
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, David's in that group. Drew's in that group. Was it like you said? Was it a little daunting coming in, being like, our success is going to depend on all you freshmen here.
I mean, yeah, Coach Benson's always been looking at our class for a long time, and he's been coaching us since we were like 10 years old. Like even Dane too. Like he's always been there, and like he's been looking for this class for a while. And I'm just happy that we were able to show up for him.
Dane, you come in as a sophomore, and this group is all ahead of you, and you think, man, this team's going to be pretty good. Do you think I'm going to start? I'm going to play. I'm going to contribute.
Well, I was definitely really small my freshman year. Like I was really tiny. Didn't play at all, but I got a lot bigger my sophomore year and was able to hang with these guys. But I played with them my whole life. Like I played with these guys since like first year of rec. Like I've known David my entire time playing lacrosse. So, and we just all moved up together and all went to Croatan. So I mean, it was great, honestly.
And you all were sophomores. You're wily veterans at that point, right?
Well, they talked about what was the Cougar camp
Cubs.
or something like that. Where
Yeah.
it's like, you know,
When you were kids.
these camps that Drew and John Bradley were putting on, and some of you guys were part of that. So you're right. It's been a long time coming to this group.
Assuming all y'all were Tomahawks from what age?
So we were all
That's
tribe.
That's
Tribe.
Jackson.
Oh, okay.
We were the rivalry of
Tomahawks. Well, what do they say? 2 groups, 1 tribe. Or
Sure,
something like
yeah,
that.
either way.
Yeah.
yeah.
And how long have y'all been? How long has everybody been playing, David?
I think like 10th, 11th year now.
Oh wow. Same Dane, same Drew.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10+ years.
Wow. There's the benefit of that
Yeah.
thriving youth program right there.
Anything else? Baseball, football over the years, basketball.
I mean, I was a triple sport athlete once. I played lacrosse, basketball, and soccer at one time. But I just realized once I got into like high middle school, like starting high school, I was like, I gotta probably drop 1 or 2 and just focus on one more. And I chose lacrosse, you know.
Okay.
So
Is that how it was for you guys as well?
Yeah, I did soccer in middle school and like a little bit below, but
But there was no question when the time came that which one you were going to pick.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotcha.
Yeah. You too, David.
Yeah, I did soccer in middle school, but then dropped that and then played lacrosse, focused on lacrosse, and then I kind of did track just to get a little fast for lacrosse. But that's
Sure.
Was there a time over these 4 years where state championship goal turned into, it looks like it, if everything goes right, a reality? Sophomore year, freshman year, was it a freshman year already? You're like, yeah, we're by the time we walk out of here, we're going to have a ring on our hand.
I mean, it was never really certain. Like, we knew we had the potential to go there and, like, do it. But we showed ourselves that we could. And it was kind of like, we may need more time here. It was like, we need more time to adapt and, like, maybe get bigger or some things like that. And it was just, we could see it. We could see the end of the road. I mean, we just had to really show ourselves that it is possible that we could do it.
And Drew, you lose first flight freshman year. Sophomore year, you lose to Northwood in just a heartbreaker. Y'all were up by 4-1 or something.
4-1.
They come and score 3 goals in the 4. Then that team goes on to be the state runner-up, so which means you all probably would have been the state runner-up.
Yeah.
Last year, you lose to Orange in the regional final, and then you win a state title. Do you like how it was steps?
That's exactly. So before the state championship game, I forgot who I was talking to, but I literally was like, we went one more step every year until state championship. It was kind of funny, but it was cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool like progression to see over the years.
For sure. And David, not only are you going steps, but then you're doing that for 3 years, and the 3 years y'all are doing that, Lake Norman Charters winning state title. You're coming in trying to stop them from winning a 4P. What was it like going up that against a program like that?
I definitely know earlier during like my career for high school, like Lake Norman felt like an unstoppable force, especially after that second, third win. But after like that first quarter, we started playing with them. I was like, you could feel it. Like after we got some takeaways, got some shots in the back of the net, like we felt like I deserved to be on this field with Lake Norman Charter, and we have the potential to beat them.
Yeah, you go up 4-1 in the first quarter. I imagine, Dane, that was confidence boosting.
yeah, absolutely. We were a little intimidated. Like even first quarter, I was like talking to Macha after our first goal. I was like, wow, like we can really hang with these guys. Like I was expecting it to be a little bit like, I was intimidated.
Sure.
Obviously, 3 state runner-up or 3 state championship titles. It was nerves wracking.
Yeah, you thought you probably wouldn't be surprised if y'all walked out and got punched in the mouth right at the start, right?
Yeah.
Was there? Tell me about what does the off season look like for you all, David? What kind of work are y'all doing? Travel? Where are you going? How often are you playing in the summers, falls, whatever?
Me and Drew play for Red Devils Raleigh team. We've been playing that for like 4 years now. Summers filled with lacrosse, just straight lacrosse, all 24/7. Off season, just lifting lacrosse.
Yeah. Where y'all playing at?
Like college wise?
Yeah.
I'm committed to Lander, Division II in South Carolina.
Okay. How about you, David?
I'm not committed, but I'm trying to play club ball for UNC Charlotte.
Oh, nice. Okay. And how far y'all traveling with the travel ball?
With travel, oh my, we've been all over the country. I mean,
Really?
all up and down the East Coast, all the way from Delaware, Pennsylvania, all of that up there, all the way down New York, all the way down to Florida. And like it's just been up and down the East Coast our entire summers. Like you can't expect to it's hard to get a job. It's like, I'm going to New York for the weekend. I can't work this
And then
weekend.
showcases too. Big showcases in Florida.
Maryland,
Yeah.
I guess it's not an exaggeration to say that since you've been 7 or 8 or 9 to down when you were 17, 18, your lives have been dominated by lacrosse.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, 100%.
So it's got to feel nice that it paid off with a state ring. All that time and effort. I'll give you my takes on covering these guys through the playoffs, on each of these guys. So Dane, God bless him, the camera loves some people and it hates some people.
It does.
And Dane is right in front of the goal. So there's 3 people to his right, and there's 3 people to his left, and there's 3 people on top of him, and you can't go behind.
You can't stand directly behind.
You'll get
No.
destroyed with the ball. So
That's right.
trying to get a photo of Dane Sparks is so difficult. My God, because he's covered by 17 people on the field, and I'm like, dude, can you go on the outside a little bit? Can you come to the right side, to the left side? No, that doesn't happen. So I've been trying to get senior year. Hopefully, I'll really get a good one of them eventually. Drew, I noticed in the regional final and at states. I think Drew was a little feisty, a little bit of a talker,
Okay.
a little chatty. Am I right? Am I off?
Oh, I have to give you that one.
In fact, if you go to the state championship story on the News Times, the photo I have of Drew DeGeorge is a guy falling behind him, and Drew DeGeorge looking back like, at peace, see you later, kind of thing. He didn't have to look back, but he looked back.
I did do that.
And then David, every time I cover a Croatan game and I watch David go from goal to goal in about 4.1 seconds over 40 yards or whatever, I wonder if Andrew Gurley's ever been to a lacrosse game and thought, man, that would
I'd love to have
that would have been a
that.
1,000-yard rusher for me every year. Did he ever recruit you in the hallways?
Dude, those football coaches, they want us
Freshman
bad.
year, man, they sought out the lacrosse
Yeah,
team.
they want us bad.
Begging for y'all to play football.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every year.
And y'all just turn them down every time.
Can't take the risk.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about the state title game. Y'all go up 3 in the first quarter, 4-1. They tie it. You go up 3 again in the fourth quarter. They tie it. Man, all night long it was such a thrilling back and forth game. What are the moments that stick out to you the most, David?
Obviously, Tommy Williams, that takeaway check, just like pressure relieved off my shoulders. Like we got another chance to get back.
Because they're down there with like 30 seconds,
Yeah.
looking like they could maybe put the ball in the net when it's tied, right?
Yeah, and then Brandon with that first goal, just showing us that we're in this, we can win it.
Yeah.
Those 2 moments stood out to me.
How about you, Dane?
Definitely the equalizers, like definitely those equalizing goals, because I mean, it kind of like kept us humble, you know what I mean? Like kept us in the game, like made sure our heads knew where we were at. I think those were like really important parts. Like even though it was like I would have liked to blow them out, obviously, but those were like really important, keeping us in the game, keeping us playing hard.
And momentum killers too, because they
Yeah,
both
exactly.
2 different times they scored 3 goals in a row.
Yeah.
Of course, you all have scored 3 goals in a row too, but to stop somebody from scoring 3 goals in a row,
Exactly, yeah.
How about you, Drew?
I mean, I gotta give it to Graham. He kept us in this game, and he's kept us in practically every game this year. And he's just a highlight the entire game. Like if you want to look at someone that like keeps you in the game and keeps everyone fired up, it's him. That's the highlight of that game for me.
Goalie Graham Myers just standing on his head, huh?
Yeah.
He always.
Yeah. The cool thing about covering state title games is, the whole year we're doing our own stats. Then you go to state title and it's like covering a college or NFL game. Like as soon as the game's over, they send you every stat in the world you could want. And I did that fourth quarter and they outshot y'all 14-5. And I'm like, Graham.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he ends up with 12 saves, I think.
Which is, and every one it felt like was huge.
Yeah, every single one.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And of course, we've kind of, in the newspaper parlance and colloquialisms, we've kind of buried the lead here. Dane Sparks is the game-winning goal with 20 seconds left. Even that I don't have a good photo of. He's like laying down on the ground.
No, I see it right here. Yeah. This was not a stand up and
No. But
time.
Also, to my credit, that transition was pretty quick from the time Tommy got the check, dislodged the ball, it got up the field, Mache with a rip to you. I think the catch is more impressive than the goal because that was a pretty hard pass. You're like falling down at the same time. What are you thinking of when that ball is coming towards you?
I mean, I was just really scared. I was just trying to focus on getting the ball in my stick. I was just thinking about fundamentals, trying to get it in my stick, trying to put it in the back.
Is it pure instinct in that moment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what happened afterwards. Like,
But after the fact, does it play over in your head at all?
yeah, a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
It was definitely. I mean, it was crazy. I mean, it was honestly unreal. Mache had a great pass. Tommy had a great takeaway, and transitions like our game. So we've done that all season.
Yeah, it was like boom, 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 right? Mm-hmm. And David had a big goal too. You had the goal that put you up 3, and you're running to the sideline, getting the crowd fired up. Did you think that's it? We got him. Is to put it in the bank, boys?
Yeah. A little celebration. Get the team pumping.
And Drew, it's cool that everybody here contributed. Everybody here has had points, goals, assists. when you score, you're like, wow, that's pretty cool. I scored in a state championship game.
Yeah, I mean, easily one of the coolest things ever.
No doubt.
These guys could probably say the same thing.
Yeah.
Scoring a state championship game is like one of the craziest things ever in front of everybody. Everybody in the stands came to watch you, and like on that field specifically, it's just something else, man.
Well, and Zach will tell you, we've covered a lot of state championships. One of the drawbacks of state championships is we play in these gigantic stadiums, college or whatever, and even if it is a good crowd, it doesn't look like a good crowd because they haven't filled it out. But, man, I was really impressed. That was a great turnout y'all had Friday night. Did you expect to have that kind of group come up?
I mean, our families and like everyone close to us, friends, they've always been so supportive of us. Everywhere we go, you'll see like we might even pack out the stands more than like the home team when we're away. Like I expected it actually. I expected all those people to be out there because they've always been so supportive of this team, and it was just something else to see them all out there, especially on that big stadium.
Give the home crowd some shout out there, Dane. In a game where you win by 1 goal, having support like that, I'm sure helped.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like my whole family back home in Pennsylvania, all my family lives up there. They were all watching. My parents obviously support me every step of the way.
Yeah.
And it was really important to have them out there watching.
Big for you, David.
Yeah. I got a good check away against Tyler. I hear Tim up there screaming his head off.
voice
It feels good. Getting pumped up. So.
Tell me about the schedule y'all had this year. We just had Coach George Benson and John Bradley on, and we were kind of joking with them that, if they wanted to, they could have set up a schedule where y'all were undefeated this year, and that would have looked cool. But George Benson's goal this year wasn't for y'all to go undefeated. It was to win the state title, and because of that, you had to talk about punches in the mouth. You had to take some punches in the mouth this year, Drew. Talk about the schedule put together and how it prepared you for this playoff run.
I mean, I'm gonna quote the great George Benson himself. I mean, it's not about a record. It's about the ring. I mean, we wanted to play tough competition to compete with tough competition, and he saw it. Like he knew that we were gonna end up going far in these rounds, and that we were gonna see tough competition. And he was calling every Raleigh team possible. I mean, every practice he was like, oh yeah, I just got on the phone with like Heritage or something, and we're playing them in a week, and we didn't even know we were playing Heritage. It was like fresh off of spring break, and we're just playing this 4A Raleigh team. And I'll tell you, that game definitely punched us in the mouth. We needed games like those, and you could see it too.
Yeah. Is there a game that sticks out to you this year, Dane?
I thought our Ashley games were really important. Like Ashley really hung with us. I mean, it was always a shootout with them. They always put up some numbers against us, and I think those were really important, like humbling games, honestly. Even though we won, like it really showed us what we needed to clean up on, and that film really helped us a lot.
How about you, David?
Definitely that Broughton game. They were ranked fifth in the state at that point, and kind of just like solidified that we're meant to be and we can compete with the 4A schools.
Only 2 losses were to Apex Friendship, 10-8, and then 12-11 to Heritage.
Yeah.
But a lot of games,
and both those teams end up in the regional semifinals. Just
Nice.
to point that out there
Nice.
for the 4A state playoffs.
and even a lot of the games you won this year was not blowouts. You had a lot of games that were 2 or 3 goal games.
Yeah.
It's got to help you. In regional finals, a 1-goal game. State championships, a 1-goal game.
Yeah.
It's not like was it difficult to flip that switch where the first few rounds you had won 23-1 and 19? Was the first flight, was that a little bit of a wake-up call?
I mean, first flight, I feel like, yes, it was a wake-up call because, we were kind of a little bit dominating teams. But it's always, like, first flight's a special team to play. And, like, you could tell, like, we should be playing first flight so much better than we do. But they always come to play. And it's always a close game with us in first flight, no matter what it is.
It's like a rivalry game, no matter
100%.
what team is good and what team is
It's
bad.
been a rivalry since our freshman year.
Also, shout out to Drew to George, the first flight regional final. It's tied game, and all of a sudden he erupts for like 2 goals and assists in the fourth quarter. He's going to the sideline and pumping up the crowd. Was that your all-time top quarter of your high school varsity career?
Yeah, I would say that whole game of mine, honestly.
Yeah, from start to finish.
100%.
Yeah, it just felt like you were rolling.
100%. I mean,
Yeah.
saw that tie game at halftime. Something had to switch,
Yeah. And Dane, you said the same thing when I talked to you after state. You said it's just been warm-ups. You felt good.
Yeah, you can tell. I mean, all the boys were feeling good. You can easily tell. Everybody was pumped up. Everybody was ready to go. Everybody was a little bit nervous, but like you could tell everybody came to play.
Yeah. And your team had 13 goals. Dane had 5. Yeah. So you're feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
David, same thing. Warm-ups, you're like, we're feeling good?
Everything was clicking, like kind of entered this flow state. Everything's just matching up. Everybody's clicking. It felt good.
When the other team's a 3-time defending state champion, is it hard during warm-ups to concentrate on what you're doing and not look over there and be like, oh, who do we need to worry about? Who do they look really good? Do they look like they are as good as they have been the past 3 years, or you locked in and focus on what you're doing?
I mean, it's definitely being locked in. Like, that's just how I've played all 10 years I've been playing lacrosse. I never really wanting to look over and like see who I'm playing against. It's just like when they step out on the field, that's who I'm gonna be playing against.
Yeah.
And even if they're a 3-time defending state champion, it's like they're just another team, and like we made it this far, we belong here. We're gonna play against them, you know.
Dane, does it make it a little sweeter to be the team that's going for 4 in a row?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Especially like a big charter school from the West. I mean, it was a great feeling.
How about you, David?
It just made it feel so much more better. Like messing up the 3-peat.
Well, boy, and also poor Lake Norman as an area. Lake Norman, the public school, also loses in the 4A.
Oh no, I thought that was the same thing.
Is it not the same area?
They're in Apex.
Oh,
Weirdly.
what a strange thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, bad year to have Lake Norman
Bad
in
year
your
to have
school
Lake
name.
Norman in your team.
Yeah.
I thought the same thing. I only knew that because of the research I did for my column this week.
How about that? What
Yeah,
a
I
strange
assumed they were
thing.
both Lake Norman charter, like the system. The
Sure.
same-
It's down the street. Just
Yeah,
one's
yeah.
charter, one's got it.
Talk about, you mentioned Graham and the kind of game he had. Mache didn't put up big stats, but man, he's been y'all's guy this year. And George was talking about maybe he didn't have 10 goals, but the attention that he takes in a state championship game. David, what did it mean to have like Mache out there? Also with Mache's big body, throwing some checks around and setting the tone early.
Mache won't score a lot in some games, but he can still facilitate us like
Yeah.
off ball, even with his dodges, assists. Like he'll help the team out no matter what.
I noticed early on that Lake Norman wasn't the biggest team I'd ever seen, and I was like, if Mache gets a hold of some of those guys, it's gonna be different. He can lay the lumber than some of those. And I think George mentioned that. He said, I did thought that set the tone early, some of those checks.
Yeah.
And what was the check he mentioned? Was it Griffin?
That's right.
One of the first checks.
Yeah.
And he was like,
Lays
really?
them out on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like, I think everybody was like, okay,
Yeah.
we've come to play today.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Talk about, the talk has been for 4 years. Is this senior group that y'all's a part of? How was it, 15 seniors?
Yeah. I think
15 or
so.
16.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 15.
And it's all culminated in, as we said, steps, getting better, and y'all growing and getting bigger. Not just getting better at lacrosse, but being bigger, faster, stronger. We mentioned, Asher Denham, when he was a freshman, what he looked like then compared to what he looks like now. And all of y'all have probably gained 4 or 5 inches and 30 or 40 pounds or whatever. What's it been like to see this growth coming together? Skills, intangibles, character, leadership, and how different you are from a freshman as you are a senior, David.
It's just I feel proud of my teammates.
Yeah.
Like seeing everybody grow up together, get stronger, better, and then obviously the output of winning the state championship feels good.
How about you, George?
I mean, like I said before, we've played these guys forever now, 10+ years, and we've always been a part of each other's lives, and just really coming together for one final game was just something special. I mean, it's like everything that we've worked for, like in one game, and it all showed itself, which was amazing.
Is it obviously there's very bitter very few things that would be bitter about winning the state title, but Dane, was there a smidge of bitterness when you know that you're going to be saying goodbye to 15, 16 teammates?
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be like, 8th grade year again.
Sure.
And they all left me. So it's gonna be pretty rough without them. I'm gonna miss them for sure. I played with them my whole life, so because I've played up since like rec. I've played 1 year up with them the whole time. So yeah, it's definitely be a little bittersweet, but I'll miss them for sure.
8th grade year or the junior year, Dane's in the parking lot by himself.
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye, guys. Well, speaking of freshmen, tell us about this year's group and how they've contributed to the team, and how George says this 28 group is kind of got some similarities to y'all's 25 group, Drew.
So yeah, this 28 group is, like you said, it is very similar to ours. They've also played on this Raleigh team that Dave and I play for, just the younger guys, and they're also traveling up and down the coast, like Florida to New York. They're practicing so much over the off season. Like you can tell they want it, and you can tell they want to fill our positions, and I know they will because of just the way they play, and like I know them personally, and I know they will. I mean, they got the talent.
Have you given any big speeches to them, David, or been like, "Yo, we got this ring our senior year. Now you all got to get your ring your senior year"?
Definitely. Right after the game, I told Caden and so a couple other freshmen, I was like, y'all better bring it home your freshman sophomore year.
Yeah. So what freshmen are some of the standouts? Like Caden Bradley, Jake Brewbreaker, who else on
Luke
that?
Jordan.
Luke Jordan.
Elliot.
Like Schwartz.
We all call him Ellie, but Eli Schwartz.
Okay.
He's a bull.
AJ Patel.
Yeah, and a lot of these guys contributed for a regional final, a state championship. They're on the field, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, Caden, third round against Southern Elements. It's a BTV pass to Jake Brubaker.
Yeah.
Score.
Yeah.
They're also coming in clutch too. I mean, didn't Caden
Ashley?
Did he tie it up against Heritage?
Yeah.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he came because I went down hurt that game. If I had a shoulder problem, he's the one that stepped up and took my position. Actually, went on the field and showed Heritage that he can bury the ball. He put it in the back of the net.
Nice.
Yeah.
Is it safe to say, Dane, if this freshman talented group doesn't come in, maybe you don't get a state title? If you don't have those contributions from players like that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
These guys are going to be pivotal to next year and how we play next year.
Yeah.
They have a lot of talent coming in, and I think they're going to get a lot better over the summer.
Yeah.
Like Hunter, especially, already has like a play style like Graham's. He's all over the ground, like he's all over the place. I think he's going to improve a lot this summer, and I think he's going to be really important this season.
Well, Drew mentioned earlier talking about the legend George Benson. Talk about this coaching staff and how they've got y'all to where you are today.
I mean, the coaching staff is like more than I could ever ask for. It's literally like one big family. Like all four of those guys. I mean, one of them is my dad, but like the other three they're up there with him. I mean, Coach Tom has been with us our whole lives, literally every chapter since Tribe when we were rec. John Bradley, and I kind of just met him like my freshman year when he came and tried to help coach a little bit. He's a great guy. I love him too. Yeah. And it's just like they have really like made us into the men that we are today. Yeah. I mean, we all come from military families. They're all in the military, and they show like the way they teach shows like it's more than just lacrosse. It's more like to be a better man outside of the sport.
Mm. After the first flight win, George Benson gets his 100th win, and they gave all these accolades, and then they had words from former players, and George is just like biting his lip, trying to hold it together, not erupt into tears. And Dane, the things they were saying, the former players and stuff, is that how y'all feel about George too?
Absolutely. I mean, more than just a great lacrosse coach, like he's someone to look up to. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
He really teaches culture. That's one of his big things. We have talks about leadership. Like he's a really great guy. Not only a coach on the lacrosse field. But.
How about you, David?
Yeah, Benson obviously taught us a lot of good things about lacrosse, but even more better things about how to be a better man. Plenty of life lessons. Just great teacher.
The funniest thing about this run is that I had not heard it at all until the first flight game, but all of a sudden this ELE thing came up, and just a lot of ELE. And what the deal they gave, he had a hat that he got George after the first flight game, and when he said what it was, because me and a buddy watched this film pretty religiously, and that part is our favorite part of it. It's from Will Ferrell, semi-pro, Everybody Love Everybody.
Oh, okay.
And I erupted when I heard that that's what that was. How long has Everybody Love Everybody been a thing?
What was it, sophomore year?
Oh, wow.
Sophomore year preseason, you started seeing it.
I mean, it's kind of just like an inner thing, like between the guys, like kind of like a code thing, like, that's our motto. And then, like, our parents and everyone started hearing it. It's like, let's make this a big thing, And now it is, and I think it will be for, like, the rest of Croatan lacrosse, honestly.
Forever.
Yeah, 100%.
It's even spelled into travel. I mean, we say it for Red Devils up in Raleigh. We say it everywhere.
We were just at the Bull City All-Star game, and a couple of the travel guys over there said, we were breaking it down, and said, ELE.
George is always real fond of talking about you all's character and what kind of kid you are off the field, and the team GPA is 3.9. I guess nobody's slacking on the Cougars when it comes to classwork, huh?
Mm-hmm. No, stay in class.
Is that mom and dad? Is that y'all just being self-motivated? Where does that come from?
I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of like everything when it comes to that. I mean, I don't know what the other guys like, what drives them, but it's definitely a bit of everything. Like, family back home, the guys, the team, like making sure everyone stays in where they are in the right spot. Yeah. So
Dave, it sounds like it's become a culture.
Yeah, absolutely. Like part of it's definitely like keeping up with the rest of the guys. Like everybody wants to keep up with each other. Like everybody makes sure you're on top of things. Like Mache, I know Mache was helping out tutoring for a while. Like,
oh wow.
He does a lot. So, and I mean, he's helped me with my homework and stuff sometimes.
Nice.
So he's a smart guy.
Yeah. How about
it's
you,
definitely a standard that's been created, and like it's an expectation to be top of your class if you're a Croatan men's lacrosse.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just be one of the best. Everything you do.
What do you plan on studying, Drew?
So I'm either going to do business marketing when I go to college or environmental studies. I haven't figured out which one yet, but it's definitely one of those two.
How about you, David?
Environmental engineering.
And wanted to play lacrosse in college? That was a goal?
Yeah, so since I was little, I've always wanted to play the highest next step I could. And playing the NCAA has just been something I've dreamed about,
You, David?
I always wanted dreams of mine. Just couldn't achieve it, but still plan to play in college.
Some level, you never know, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. How about you, Dan? You want to play at the next level?
Yeah, I'm committed to Averett. I committed really early because I want to go there for aviation. They have a really good flight program. So.
And what do you want to be?
A pilot.
Nice.
I'm gonna do aviation
Commercial
there.
or?
I'm gonna do aviation there, get my commercial license, and then I'm gonna do Marine Corps.
Oh.
Nice.
What George said, like 90% of the team's Marine kids.
100%. Easy.
Yeah. What percentage do you think is going in the Marine Corps?
I don't know. That's a hard question to answer.
Is it none?
I mean, I know one.
Are you the only one, Dave? Nobody else?
Yeah.
Everybody else said no. I saw that.
tough gig.
I'm going to do something else. It's a tough gig. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, man, it's been a blast. Y'all gave us a great story this spring, and what a blast it's been covering y'all. And congratulations to a nice 4-year run, especially in the state title.
So, thank you.